Hello, Dazzle. Thanks for coming and hanging out with me today. I'm glad that you are here. Today, I have to tell you the story about how Solaire betrayed me. Yep, that's right. Our golden boy, he betrayed me. But before we get into the specifics of all of that, I want to tell you what led up to this betrayal. So I feel like at the very heart, at the very soul of Dark Souls, is the spirit of fuck around and find out. And I live up to this. I like to mess around and see what happens and try different things. And this time around, I said to myself, I wonder if Solaire will help me kill Lortak. And if I could get them to fight each other, who would win? So I go over and I get my boy Solaire, summon him up, because it's Solaire. And I'm thinking, of course he's gonna win because he is the best NPC in the game. He is our golden boy, right? Like, he's epic. So I take my golden boy and we go back down and we're ready. We're gonna go and we're engaged in some jolly cooperation because that's what we do with Solaire, right? So we go back in through the cathedral and we head ourselves over to where it is that Lortak is hiding, huddling in his little cage. I had to keep seeing if he was following. I wasn't sure he was going to.
Oh, that...
So I talked to my boy. And then I realized that Solaire was like right at the door and I got nervous. I was like, what if Solaire doesn't help me? I'm going to have to fight Lortak in this really small space. But in the spirit of fuck around and find out, I was like, all right. And I went for
Well,
it.
what have we here? Are you sure about this?
One thing that I did find odd was that it seemed like Lortak wasn't as aggressive, wasn't as eager to fight me as usual. And I was just like, oh yeah, that means that Solaire is gonna kick his ass and Lortak knows it. Yeah.
You leave me no
But then we did
choice.
finally reach the point where
once
Lortak
grateful
had had
to you.
enough of my shit.
If this is our
And,
fate,
well, things kind of
so be
just
it.
went the way that they always do. With Lortak kind of kicking my ass, and Solaire's just sitting there, chilling, watching this shit going down and not helping. Like, seriously? Where's that jolly cooperation, my friend? Nope. Nope, apparently that is reserved for, like, I don't know, the dark bosses. I guess he has principles or something, standards, and draws the line at the undead. Because he just stood by and he watched Lortak and I fight. And he just didn't engage in this battle at all. He did not care who won or lost. He didn't invest. I felt very betrayed. My golden boy just stood there and let this shit go down. Mostly, I feel disappointed that I didn't get to watch these two NPCs fight because I really did want to see who would win, and I'm still putting my money on Solaire. So in Solaire's defense, he did help me out when I dropped down and these knights got added into the fight. And he took care of that for me. Like he didn't just let all of the stand around trash come in and join this battle. So it did get to stay between just me and Lortak, but he didn't get involved in the main tussle. And honestly, he just kind of just was in the way. And the whole time this fight was happening, he was following me around and he was just like watching the whole thing so closely. It seemed like he was some kind of like, I don't know, event reporter, war reporter, I don't know. He seemed like he needed to see every detail. I mean, he was up in that shit, making sure that he knew exactly every detail of how this shit went down, but he was definitely not going to help me out. He was just there as a witness for my dumbass bullshit. And was like, man, this is the choice that you made, and we are together going to watch how this shit bears out. Solaire stood by as the witness to my dumbassery. And at the very end, he stood by and he watched me die, and he looked down on my corpse. As if it were nothing but dust. Thanks, Solaire.